No jokes. All right, folks, it's 5 o'clock. Welcome to MailChat. I'm afraid you're stuck with me this evening. All I've got here is the wife's boots. Yeah. And the wife asked me if I would do MailChat because she was taking Boom, keep getting mixed up between Boone and Boom. Boone is the horse and Boom is the dog. So it does get a bit confusing, you know. And they kind of arrived at the same time within a couple of months of each other anyway, so that makes it even more confusing. So Boom, the doggy, is on his way up to a place near Newburyport, which isn't very far away, it's probably about 10 miles or something, up to there, and is going to go for a week of intensive training with a lady called Colby, who is super, and she was also the lady who trained our Annie, who was a touch on the unmanageable side and came back very much manageable, still prone to little kind of episodes of recidivism, but was a totally different dog in terms of being able to manage her when she came back from 4 weeks with Colby. Now Boom is just going for a week because I think the sense is that Boom is not as far gone as Annie was when she went for her training. So we'll see how we got on with a week. But she's away up there, I think, with Boom, and I think Sharon is away with her to drop him off. And so that will be exciting for him. And we'll see how that goes. I guess we'll know in a week whether they have been successful, which I think they will be, because A, Colby is very good, and B, I think Boom's a good dog. He just needs some guidance, some direction. So that's what's going on there. So yeah, Elizabeth had an exceptionally busy day. I think it started obviously this morning doing the chores in the barn, and then she went up to the visit that they had up in Rockport, which is about an hour's drive from here. And Carol came up and went with her. They took Larky and they took I think a bunny. And they saw about she said that it was 33 people up there today. Said they had a lovely visit. I haven't got the details. I'm sure Elizabeth will fill you in tomorrow. I think she's also posted one or two pictures. There was a lovely picture she had of the harbour in Newburyport, which is one of those really kind of quaint New England locations. And then they came back down, and I think she just missed Carleen because they were a little late getting back, because Carleen had a doctor's appointment at 1:20 on the dot. I think it was on the dot. So Carleen had a very adventurous day. She got picked up by an Uber. So the first time in her life she's been in an Uber. And I think Justin arranged that for her. So he called the Uber, or not called, but booked it on the Uber app. And Julie came and picked her up and took her to Leahy down in Peabody. She went for her visit, and she said to me her visit went well and everything was cool. It was something to do with a lump in her neck that I think she's had looked at before, but it was all good, they said. So that's good news. And then she called Justin when she was finished, and Justin booked another Uber for her to come back. And one of the great things about it is she can, even though Justin was booking for her, she's got the app on her phone, and she can see what's going on. So you can see how close your ride is to picking you up, and you can see the route they're taking, etc. So I talked to her when she got back and said she thoroughly enjoyed it, the Uber. So I'm not sure, we may have unleashed a genie there, like with Carlene and the Uber app, because now she can go anywhere without us, which is a really big worry now that I come to think about it. But she enjoyed it, and I dare say she will use it again in the future. So then when Elizabeth got back, picked up Boom, they're away. Carlene had her visit the doctor, which went great. I've just been working today, actually earning some money, not doing Goldie's farm thing. So that's been good. I just kicked off a new project, which is a big and a long project. So you might be seeing a little bit less of me around here over the coming weeks, because I'm going to be pretty busy with that. But I'll still be around to help Elizabeth in the mornings and the evenings, and obviously the weekends. So good to be getting on with that. My ducks have continued to explore the property. So the 3 ducks that we rescued from Hood Pond, they're very good actually. They don't leave the paddock. They just wander around and quack a lot, as you've probably noticed. But the other 6, so we've got 9 in total, 6 Muscovy ducks, they like to roam a bit. So today they've been on top of the G tent, they've been on top of the T tent, they've been on the main pond, they've been on the small pond, they've been on probably all the fences in the property, and they're enjoying roaming around. I think they're all just a bit bored because they can't go in their nice little pond that is just off the paddock, and that's what's going on with them. So that's as much as I was doing the farm today. Once I'm finished here, I'm gonna start doing the arena and get the hay out for the rest of the animals. So there isn't too much for Elizabeth to do when she gets back. So we don't have any mail today. I did go down and look, but we didn't have anything. So nothing very exciting to share with you, unfortunately. Let me see if we have any questions. Yeah, I did a dance there for you guys right at the beginning. I would have stood up and danced, but I'll be honest with you, I'm in a lot of pain today after yesterday's unloading of the hay, which is a pretty full-on hour of extreme exercise. So, and I felt okay immediately after it, but last night I was wiped out. I ended up going to bed at around 8:30, which is pretty early for me going to bed. I normally go to bed about 10:30, off to sleep at 11 kind of thing. And I crashed out from 8:30 onwards till about 6 this morning, so I had a really, really good sleep after that exercise. I'm feeling a little bit sore today, so hence my dance was not very enthusiastic, but I did it anyway. I'm not telling any jokes, because anytime I tell jokes, I get into dreadful trouble. Yeah, I think what I did notice, I see a comment here from Karen Catmom around the voice syncing. When I made some of the adjustments yesterday with the closed captions, it seems to have thrown off the voice sync a little bit, so I'm not too sure what is going on there, and I haven't had a chance to look into it. So, but I was aware, because I watched last night's mail call up in the house, and it did seem to be off. But at least we've got the closed captions, so you can kind of catch up. So, sorry about the problem there, but I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it sooner or later, probably later, just when we've got a moment. Yeah, Carol's just following up with things on what I said about Elizabeth. Oceanside Rehab in Rockport. Yeah, yeah. Carol was there helping, which is great. Thank you very much, Carol. And you ended up having an hour and a half sleep this afternoon. Lucky you. That sounds super. Well deserved. I just lost the questions there. I don't know why I did. Give me a moment here. Where are my questions? Give me a moment. There they are. Go back. You had moose. Where did you have moose, Carol? I didn't. Elizabeth didn't mention that to me, and she. Oh, moose! I thought you meant moose, as in you had moose to eat, as in like chocolate mousse or something. But you had moose, the bunny. I get it, right? Okay. Easy a mistake to make that. Oh, the ducks are all over the place, Carol. Like they were on top of the camera. They've been on roofs. But they're pretty happy. The thing with those muscovy ducks is they do like to roost in trees and things like that. So I think they like going up on the roofs and things. So I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a problem actually, because I'm quite happy if they're up high, because that means they're less likely to run into any trouble with predators, etc. Yeah, she will need to be careful getting in and out of the car, because uh, what I found with Uber drivers is they're really, really helpful. I use Uber all the time when I'm traveling, and I've always found the people that pick me up helpful in terms of helping with luggage and such like. And Caroline was very complimentary about the driver and how helpful they were in terms of the trip. So that's good. Yes, Elizabeth's phone takes amazing pictures. She's got the latest iPhone. She hadn't had a new phone for about 6 or 7 years, and it takes absolutely fantastic pictures. It's unbelievable. And Michelle, who's a photographer, uh, proper photography with a proper camera, she actually has the same phone. She said to me a while back that the latest iPhone is head and shoulders above all the other kind of phone she's ever used. The the uh, the photographic ability on it is unbelievable. So it's a very good phone. I wish I had moose too. I like moose actually. Can't remember the last time I had moose. No baby bunnies, and I don't think there's any sign of baby bunnies. I don't think that bunny's pregnant. Um, so I'm sure we will let you know as soon as we see anything like that. Apparently, they're not very pretty when they come out, though. They're a bit hairless and look kind of scary, like those hairless dogs that I think look quite scary. I don't know when Caroline will be able to partake in the MC. As said, I think we've said before, A, she doesn't really like coming across that courtyard in this weather, which I understand. B, I think increasingly she's quite tired at this stage of the day. Yeah, I mean it's a long, long day, and you got to remember she gets up about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So by the time it's getting to 5 o'clock, it's a pretty long day, you know. I think we'll have a think about what we can do about that. But I think maybe one of the things we could do is just try and do a call from her house. Maybe not at MailChat time, but at some other time during the day when it's better, just so she can give you an update and say hi, and you can ask questions and things like that. Or maybe I'll have a word with Elizabeth about that. Willow got on great overnight. Sophie loves having her, and she said that when she arrives, she's hyper because she's just excited. She's in a different place, and she can probably smell all the other dogs in our house and gets excited about that. But once she's been there about 10 minutes, she just calms down and goes to sleep. Sophie's got a couch in her room, and I think Willow just sleeps on that, and I think she also sleeps on the bed. But once she calms down, she's just fine. And then I take Sophie to school around about just before 7 o'clock in the morning, and when I get back, I take Willow back down to Carleen, and that seems to be working pretty well. She's a really nice puppy. She's a bit energetic and over enthusiastic, but she's nice. She's going to be a good dog. I don't know about moving MC earlier, because the challenge with that is that Elizabeth tends to go to Meredith Farm between sometime between 2:30 to 4, and she goes there. She's got chores to do there, and then has to get back. And we also have to pick up Sophie in between. I'm not always able to do that because I get calls and things like that. So it's just a timing challenge, to do it earlier. I think it's a good suggestion. I just don't think it's going to be practical with the schedule of other things that are going on, because just depending on how the day's going, Elizabeth will sometimes be there at Meredith Farm at 3 o'clock, sometimes it'll be 4 o'clock, sometimes it'll be a different time. Sometimes we even go there after MailChat because it's been a crazy day for whatever reason. So we'll continue to think about options, but I do think it might just be the case that we'll have to wait until the weather improves and Carleen feels good about coming over this way again. But we will do what we can to see if there's a way of at least getting her on camera another time of the day, just to say hi. Maybe not every day, but at least once a week or something. We could just have a chat with her. So we'll see. Yeah, I think she wants to be here. It's just it's challenging and it's difficult with the courtyard and how slippy it is, and it's also the heat. She gets cold quickly, so that's kind of difficult, and it's just a lot of things to consider. So, but we'll do what we can. I think that's everything. If I'm not, you've got me on your TV, Hilda. That's worrying. I'm going to call it a night. If there's any other questions, please post them. I'll try and take a look at them when I get back into the house later on. But thanks for tuning in. Sorry, it's a short one. And Elizabeth, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't think there's a visit tomorrow. Maybe there is. I don't know. I think there is one on Friday, though. I think there was one that has come up on Friday. Elizabeth did mention that. I think she'll be going to that one. So I think we're good. But good night. See you all tomorrow.